We're here with the number one Packers fan in all the land. No, it's not Kurt Hills, who's a fan of the show. It is Braylen Galloway. How you doing, Braylen?
I am doing pretty good myself. How about you?
I'm doing great. So you said that you wanted to talk about the Green Bay Packers. You're a Packer fan, obviously, so duh. And the Kansas City Chiefs and how great they're doing. I'm figure speech.
Yeah.
So Braylen, the Packers. What do you think about how they're doing? And let me hear your thoughts on the situation.
All right. So when I was asking my dad about some topics, the number one thing he said was, "Are the Packers a top five or are they a top three team in the NFL?" And I was thinking we're doing pretty good. We've been missing pretty much almost our top three players, being Jair Alexander, Zadarius Smith, and David Bakhtiari, who's been out for a very long time now.
For half his career, yep.
Yeah, so pretty much I'm saying we're doing pretty good without them. We've been on a winning streak ever since that first game, which I think, first games don't really count. It's just all about pretty much after that, it's all I care about.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So it's not like if they're week 2, it's 0-1. That doesn't count.
Yeah, they're 0-0.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when he asked me, he was like, "Oh, do you think the Packers have a chance to be number one in the NFC?" I was like, as of right now, I have a feeling we have a chance to beat the Cardinals because we play them in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They have a better defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a true believer that we have a better offense. I still think we have first or second best offense in the league behind the Chiefs, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, so off of that,
not statistically.
Off of that question, I still have a feeling that we have a chance to be number one.
Hold on. Did you misspoke, right? You said behind the Chiefs, as in you think the Chiefs are the number one offense in the league? That you didn't mean to say that, right?
No, yeah, I think the Chiefs are number one or number two.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's why they're 3-3.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. And then remember that one time when Tom Brady played for the Patriots and he doesn't anymore? See, that's a fact, right? 2 + 2 = 4. That's true. That's guaranteed. The Chiefs being the number one offense in the NFL, really?
We'll get to them in a second. Let's talk about the Packers.
We'll
get to the Chiefs in a minute.
It's so disappointing.
So you think the Packers are going to be the number one team in the NFC?
The way it's looking, yes, I have a feeling they can be.
All right. Who's their competitors for that number one spot?
So, as of right now, obviously the Cardinals, they're still undefeated. And then we have the Rams, Buccaneers, which I don't really think, I was thinking high on the Rams. Yeah, they're still 5-1, but Cardinals seem to be going off for some reason. I don't know what's been going on.
Don't worry about it. It won't last long.
Yeah, so I say our main competitors have to be probably Cardinals, Buccaneers, Rams, and probably Dallas.
There you go. You're right about the competitors. But you think you can be number one over all three of those teams?
I want to say...
Oh, you just said yeah.
You just said yeah.
Don't go back.
I was
on
just
what you
confirming.
I said, I think we have a chance, right? So,
don't be like
so you're
that.
not confident.
Come on,
you're not confident in your team.
What do you really think?
What do you really think? Be honest. I know you're a Packer fan, but like myself, like Mr. Nick Coleman here, we're true, honest fans. I'll tell you when the Panthers are
I'll be realistic with you, and I'll tell you I think they can get
well.
I think they're probably third best out of all those teams. Out of those, I think it's 4 teams that we named, right?
They'll make it to the playoffs, yeah.
You guys should win your division.
Absolutely.
And you should probably be close. You might even compete for a bye week. You might even get a second spot. You don't think that's possible, or you think you'll get first?
If I'm being honest, there's probably a little bit of bias in this.
No shit.
My prediction before the season was the Bills-Packers Super Bowl. That was before the season even started.
I remember that. Okay. Yeah.
You're
And
right.
I think I'm still going to stick with it.
Okay.
That's not too far-fetched.
That's good.
If there was one team, if I'm being honest, if there was one team that could probably beat us, I honestly think it would be the Rams.
Thank you. Or?
Rams or Buccaneers, obviously. Because, their
Okay.
offense and their whole team is just crazy. So, I don't really think, because the Cardinals,
Is he smarter than his brother?
I don't really think long-term the Rams
Both of them are
would be,
biased as fuck.
the Cardinals would be better than the Rams or the Bucks. So, that's what I'm going off of.
Thank you.
And also because their coach,
That's a damn sigh of relief.
Battle.
Real quick, now that we're talking about we're talking about the Cardinals real quick. Y'all are playing the Packers playing the Cardinals on Thursday night in 2 weeks, and y'all better win. Because I was talking some shit to your brother about that game and the Cardinals. Okay? Y'all better win that fucking game. I'm just letting you know.
I hope. I've been talking to him about it pretty much all week. He's, living off the fact that he's still 6-0, and I was telling him, like you said, I'm pretty sure you told me so when you were saying about the Panthers being 15-1 one time, how they went to the Super Bowl and lost.
That's right.
So I mean, he's been living high off of it, and he's been talking, Kyle Murray, best quarterback in the league, DeAndre Hopkins, best wide receiver. I'm like, let me guess,
Right.
Chandler Jones, best left outside linebacker, J.J. Watt, best left.
I mean,
He's right about the players, but as a team, I just don't see it happening. That's all. And I was pretty confident that the Packers were going to start a losing streak. I'm pretty sure I said the Packers will beat them and they'd lose 3 in a row. So I'm just saying, I'll be a huge fucking Packers fan come 2 Thursday nights from now. I'm going to be fucking screaming for Aaron Rodgers.
that's how I am with the Vikings when they beat the Saints 2 years in a row in the playoffs.
I'm sure, I bet so.
Dude, I was literally at the game. I told my uncle I was this close to buying a Kirk Cousins jersey.
I won't do that
This close.
for Rodgers.
I was so fucking happy.
He's all right.
So you need to do the same thing, buying Aaron Rodgers jersey. And we like Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
we love Aaron Rodgers.
I would, but I love Rodgers. That's the guy.
That's the fucking
That's
man.
a bad man.
Oh, let's
You
talk
know?
about what Kurt wanted us to talk about his what he said in the camera.
Oh,
I own you
well,
to Chicago. I
So-
own you. That was
I can't wait.
fucking good for him.
did you like that, Braylen? I bet you love that, didn't you?
I loved it.
Well, I got some stats for you. He really
reason
does.
Do y'all know the reason he said that, right? Some lady in the front row was flipping him off with 2 fingers.
Really?
And
didn't know that.
that's why he said it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's why he
I
said
just
it.
thought someone lit a fire under him.
No. Somebody was flipping
Well-
him off, and he fucking, I own y'all. I own you.
Well, he really does. So I got some stats for you. You'll love
Let's
it,
hear it.
Braylen.
Let's
If you
hear
don't
it.
know him, you'll love it. Okay. And first off, in his career, he's in the division, so he plays them twice a year. Okay. He's 21-5 against the Bears in his career, even the first year when he was kind of okay. And that's not even counting I think he's played 2 or 3 playoff games against them. This is just regular season, and he's won all playoff games against them. Okay. He's won 10 of his last 11 in Chicago, so he dominates them in fucking Chicago as well. But that's not even the best part. Passer rating of 107. He's thrown for over 6,000 yards, 57 touchdowns, and just 10 interceptions against the fucking Bears.
Dang.
Which has
Dude.
historically a good defense.
Yeah, and the defense is even good this
Every year. Almost every year.
Dude, he owns them, man. I love that. I loved it so much when he did that. He did his discount double check, which is kind of a little throwback. I kind of thought he stopped doing that. Yeah.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I love his demeanor, his personality.
Yeah.
I love it. He seems like an asshole to a lot of people, but I fucking love him.
Yeah, I like the long hair. I like long hair Rodgers, and I like the Fu Manchu or the handlebar mustache Rodgers. I don't like the shaven haircut Rodgers. I don't like that
I
guy.
don't really give a shit about what his looks
Oh
like.
no, it matters.
Personality.
No, I feel like every single time he shaves, we always come close to losing. No matter what he shaves, it could be his mustache, he could cut his hair. We always come close to losing.
It's amazing that y'all go that in depth to it.
I'm just saying, like, you don't remember like 2011 Brady? That
If
fucking
if he trims his nose hairs, we have a chance of losing this game.
Well, that's not something noticeable, Hunter. Come on, be realistic.
Just saying. I don't really look at all that, but damn.
Look at Justin Herbert when he real quick. Remember last year when he fucking cut his hair? He looked like a damn 13-year-old out there. He had acne on his face and shit. No offense, Braylen. I know you're like 13. But yeah, he looked like you. Right? Now he's got long hair and he's like top 5 player in the league. Anyway, it matters.
So the Packers, they are they're doing good. I respect that you're coming out. Usually, Jacob or Braylen, whatever your fucking name is, Braylen. You usually
you guys are related, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're usually a very biased fan, just like your brother.
I agree with that.
Very biased. And finally, I'm glad this podcast is opening you up to not being such of a biased fan.
Right.
You're being a true fan, like myself and Nick Coleman here. So I appreciate that.
That's my full name.
Nick Coleman. Absolutely. So the Packers, they're an average team statistically. They're not great with the run. They're not great with the pass. But you've got a great roster. I mean, Devontae Adams, Alan Lazard,
Win games.
Aaron Rodgers, obviously, and one of the best offensive lines in football. I remember, so we were at the game, and, every so often they show highlights of games around the league. And it showed that touchdown pass to Aaron Jones on the screen pass. Or not screen pass, that swing pass.
Yep.
And me and my uncle both looked at each other and went, if fucking Sam Darnold had that much fucking time to throw the ball. I mean, he was sitting in the pocket for 5 seconds, and he just all right, whatever. And he just threw it to Aaron Jones, touchdown.
Yep. So
y'all have a great team statistically. But, I'm not going to lie, I always find a flaw with teams. Y'all got to shape up on y'all's run defense. If a team effectively runs the ball on y'all are fucked.
Yeah, I think we've had a bad run defense for like 4 years now.
I mean, y'all's pass defense is pretty good this year. But rushing yards per carry allowed is 4.5, which, hey, we always say in Carolina, because we've always had a shitty offense ever since the beginning.
Uh-huh.
You get 4 yards a carry, you win the game. Or 4 yards a game, you win the game. 4 yards a gain,
saying, huh?
You win the game. Yeah.
Wow.
If you get 4 yards a play, you win the game. Right?
I mean, it's a good, I mean, because you could literally,
you go down the field.
That recipe doesn't fail.
You'll go down the field. 4 yards a play, you win the game.
Although
so y'all
I think
are
that's,
averaging.
a true 4 yards. But,
So 4.5 yards a carry, it's 10th in the league. And you have allowed 31% of the time you allow first downs on rushing plays, which is second in the league. And, not to mention, y'all have had some close games with a relatively easy schedule. I mean, let's be honest. You lost to the Saints, sure, 38-3. Could have been a first game thing. The Bills lost to the Steelers. That will never happen. But it happened. But y'all had not really a close game to Detroit. Close game with San Francisco. Decently close with Pittsburgh. Very close with Cincinnati. To the Bears. You didn't blow them out, but it was a game until like 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Real quick, what do you think about Crosby, Brandon? Be honest with me now. What do you think about Crosby now? If you said, all right, we need a game winner after that disaster against the Cincinnati Bengals, what do you think about old Mason? I know he's been your boy for a while, but is it time to go? It's time to move on, isn't it?
When it comes to extra points, I'm all down for it. Extra points he's been hitting, right? Because last year I don't think he really missed anything last year. Might have missed 1 or 2. But this year, I don't think I've ever seen a kicker miss 3 field goals in one game in a row. I don't think I've ever seen that.
More impressively, I think he did it in like a 5-minute span, which is
and
really impressive.
The Bengals kicker also missed like 2 as well.
Yeah, he did.
So, I don't think I've ever seen that many. But
it's called not being clutch.
I mean, we could probably use him for this year and maybe next year, but then after that, I feel like we might have to look for somebody.
Well, I mean, he's an older kicker, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it
Dude, he
depends on
looks
his,
like. I mean, you see him out there. He's at least what 43 or
I
something.
mean, it depends on his
Yeah.
contract at that
Hair
point.
pretty much be gray.
It depends on his contract. If he's signed for another couple of years, I'd just fucking keep him at that point. I mean, he's not bad. He's just obviously he's not clutch.
But
So.
I was contract mostly. But I did.
He's clutch indoors. A couple of years ago, he beat Dallas on a 54-yarder.
He
or
sure
some
did.
Shit, so.
Set
Yeah.
up by-
Also, I don't think if there's some sort of wind, I don't think I'd allow him to kick 50-yarder or pass a 50-yarder. I don't think I'd let it happen.
Well, it was in Cincinnati
Look,
as well.
Y'all have
so.
a great Hail Mary percentage with Aaron Rodgers, so I think you're okay
Yeah.
with his 50 yards.
That's true.
Yo, so Brandon, tell me about this theory of yours about the Chiefs' #1 offense, because you kind of really pissed me off.
Let's
and it
move on to
doesn't
the
make any
Chiefs. Yep.
sense.
Let's hear it.
All right, so starting off with, I don't think the Chiefs are still a top 3 team. Just for
course
the
not.
fact, top 3 AFC team, I mean. Just because of the fact that their defense is like last in the league, pretty much.
They
But
are.
I still think their offense is phenomenal. Unless you know how to stop Tyreek Hill. If you can stop Tyreek Hill, then it kind of, evens the playing field a little bit, because he only does one thing. Or maybe 2 things. He runs down the field, or he runs post.
Push him down
So-
at the fucking offensive. Push him down
Literally,
at the damn
get a
line.
physical cornerback and the guy's locked down.
Push him down at the line, and he fucking falls over like a toddler because
Yeah.
he's fucking 5'3".
And so I still think they have one of the best offensive overall offense because Patrick Mahomes, he's probably the best quarterback in the league, first or second, depending on last year or whatever. But and they have one of the better receiving cores, or faster receiving cores in the NFL now. It's just kind of moving over to a speed.
Yeah.
It's very
We see
weird.
that with the Cardinals. Yep.
Yeah, because people can't really tackle anymore. This is another thing that my dad hit on. He was like, I'm getting tired of, watching kindergartners play football.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow.
pretty much also, they have one of the best tight ends in the league. I still think they could get a better running back. Clyde Lair, he was so hyped going to the draft. He was like, oh, he's going to be great.
I don't
And
know
all of a sudden,
why.
he's just about as average as it gets.
I don't know why, but yeah, go ahead.
And
Just another player
their
that Joe Burrow made look good.
offensive line's been pretty good. For the past 3 years, they've been to the Super Bowl almost every year. Patrick Mahomes has been in the league, I think, 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4, something like that.
But you wouldn't consider his turnover margin to be a problem? I mean, he's got 8. Yeah, he has 8 interceptions on the season already, right?
I didn't think about that, but I mean, hey. Same with Tony Romo. Tony Romo dropped so many picks, yet he's still one of the best regular season quarterbacks of all time. So you gotta.
What?
If you look at facts, Tony Romo, yes, he threw like 7 picks in a game. Okay.
His numbers match up with like Peyton Manning in the regular season, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he threw that many picks, but his numbers are very good.
Well,
That's the same with Mahomes.
What are you talking
That's
about?
the same
So
with
many
Mahomes.
picks.
Yeah, are you talking about Brett Favre or something?
Give me a statistic. Brett Favre threw picks.
He has the record. I think he threw 6 in a single game in a playoff game or some shit.
I think Romo has 7 in a single game in a regular season.
I gotta look that one up, man.
No,
That's kind of crazy.
there's no way. No, he doesn't.
Romo's never been that bad.
No, absolutely not.
Pretty sure.
He doesn't have the record.
But
Okay,
pretty
continue with the. Go on with the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Yep.
either way, yeah. Let's just go with Brett Favre. Yeah, he's threw many picks, right? But yeah, he's putting up great numbers for his team. He might have 5,000 yards a game, and he might have 20 picks, but he's basically Jameis Winston. But his team still gets there. I don't really think when it comes to playoff time. Yeah, you got to step it up. Like your defense has to step it up for playoffs. That's the only reason I don't think they're top 3 in the AFC is because their offense can get them there, but their defense can't do anything. Because they've consistently had one of the best offenses in the league for 2 years now. I think they were second or third last year for offense. But yeah, that's just my whole thing on it.
Now, I'm gonna go on my rant about the Chiefs I agree with what you're saying, Braylen.
No.
I don't think they are the best offense in the league. Turnovers on offense. 4 fumbles, 8 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes is making some stupid decisions. I would say a couple of them are his receiver's fault, especially the one this past week. It went through Tyreek Hill's hands.
Shocker, because he's not a good receiver. He's just athletic.
Bingo. That. But their defense is also fucking killing them. All right, their pass defense is fucking horrid. They are the worst rushing defense in the NFL, and me and Nick both say if you can run the ball all game, you control the game, and you'll win the game. So when your team's fucking getting fucked by the other team rushing the ball, you're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
And also they're last in sacks with just 7 all year. So their defense, yeah,
Are you serious?
they've only had
God.
7 sacks all year
That's awful.
on defense. So their defense is what's killing them. But their offense, I'm honestly, I don't study film on the Chiefs like I do Panthers. I really don't. I think I might start, especially this year, because I would honestly want to go out on a limb and say I think the NFL's figured them out. Like we were talking about earlier with the defensive coordinators figuring Joe Brady out.
Yeah.
I think maybe defensive coordinators have figured the Chiefs out. I haven't watched a lot of games in depth of the Chiefs. I've watched the highlights. But I might need to go back and watch some fucking film on the Chiefs because I might think they have figured them out.
Yeah, probably a little bit. They stopped Tyreek Hill and they make Mahomes move out to the left. That's pretty much all it is.
To me, the whole thing's weird because when you look at their record, right, and how they're performing overall this year, you're like, oh, damn, they kind of suck, right? They're, what, 2-3?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 3-3.
3-3, they're just one, right? But they still get 30 points a game, which is really weird because I don't know. It feels like it's no longer, well, what if, Kelsey and Hill have a bad game? Oh, he's got McCole Hardman. Like, it's kind of like if Hill and Kelsey don't both have 8 catches for 200 yards apiece and 2 touchdowns, they don't have any offense. Like, I feel like it's that simple. It's finally like, why don't we double team Kelsey, and if Hill gets what's not that Hill get deep down the field, and that's it. I'm pretty sure it's as simple as that. Because Kelsey he's kind of quiet. I mean,
He's still the number 1 tight end in the league.
Well, sure, but he's not like breaking records right now like he has been. Like he's not like that effective. Like if he's doing stuff, it's like a low key. Like
he's doing decent enough. Yeah, it's not like last year.
Yeah, like I feel like he's getting. I feel like they figured his receivers out more than they have Pat Mahomes. Because I don't know if you could figure out a quarterback. Let's be honest. I thought Lamar Jackson's figured out, and I mean he fucking proved me wrong last fucking week with throwing 400-something yards. So
I was both wrong. I mean, yeah, I get it. They do. Excuse me. They do always score their points. And they allow more points than they fucking should. They allow like 20 plus 28 points a fucking game or some shit.
Yeah.
And we talked about them last week. And they played Washington. Scored 31 points on Washington. But Washington's defense has not been very good. Although they did get 3 fucking turnovers. The 1 interception, 2 interceptions, 1 dumb play that was in the press conference, he was like, yeah, that was a stupid mistake. It's probably going to be on Come On Man. It was.
Yeah.
The other one was thrown to Tyreek Hill, and another one was a fumble by, I don't know if it was...
He had another play that was really, like, rookie-esque, where he was getting hit, throwing down, couldn't see, and just...
That was the one.
A dead bird, and it should have been
That was the
picked.
one.
Yeah.
And I think there was another fumble by one of the fucking running backs. So, they're just not performing like a playoff team, and they haven't played great fucking team. I mean, Cleveland, Baltimore, they really have played some fucking good damn teams. Eagles and Washington are the only 2 shitty teams they played,
and they won those games.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's not good. That means they can't. So far, they haven't proven they can beat good teams.
Very true.
Yeah.
They played Buffalo,
like the
Los
Patriots.
Angeles, Baltimore, and Cleveland, and the only game out of those 4 they've won was Cleveland in Week 1. and Cleveland still scored 29 points. So it's going to be tough for the Chiefs. I mean, I honestly want to say they figured them out to a certain extent, or at least their defense just sucks and they
Their
have to
defense is
build.
that bad. And,
Yeah. What do you think, Braylen?
So, in my power rankings before the season started, right, they were in my top 3. I think they were second.
Probably everybody's. Yeah.
No, they were third. They were third in my power ranking. Or no, yeah, 1 second. It's Bills. I had Bills first. I had them second before the season started. And now, I have them fifth. So I still think they have somewhat of a chance. I still think they have somewhat of a chance, but I don't think they're top 3.
You're very high
That's
on
still
them.
high.
That's very high for
As
the
a
worst
3-3
defense in
team.
football in 3-3.
I mean, you got to look at their division. They have Chargers leading their division.
Well,
So,
Chargers
I mean,
are good.
They still have a chance to take that over. You know, we still have a lot of weeks left. Don't know what's going to happen. You know, anything can happen.
I
still think they have a chance to win that division. I don't think they're going to go
Raiders
far,
are
though.
better than them.
They haven't played the Raiders yet.
Yep, and the Raiders are
Yeah.
good.
Sure. But I still think they have a chance to beat the Raiders. You know,
Yeah.
I think they had a pretty good week last week, but
It's
I don't really see it. I don't really see Derek Carr winning. He can't really pull it out that much. Yeah, he's been pretty good this year, but I'm not a fan of Derek Carr. And you know, John Gruden not being there, I don't know how that's going to affect anything.
Oh, they won last week, so.
Because Derek Carr, you know, he's been going off on everything, saying how John Gruden needs to come back, all this stuff. So I mean,
Teddy.
I don't know if that could affect anything. But yeah, I still have them fifth, and if they lose more, then definitely there's no chance for them. But yeah, that's the only thing about them is that defense. It's terrible.
Well,
the worst defense in the league.
So with the way you're talking, with how bad their defense is, but how great their offense is, you're saying November 7th, Packers Chiefs 425 NFL game of the week should be exciting. Who's winning the Packers Chiefs game 2 weeks from now? 3 weeks from now, sorry.
I feel like that game could be a bit of a shootout, considering the Bills game was pretty good. And I don't think we have that good of a defense as Bills. So they have a little bit of a better chance. But if both teams are playing to their best, you know, I feel like it could be a pretty high scoring game, depending on how you look at it. But I still think Packers will probably pull it out.
There it is.
By 7 or 14. Overall.
7 or 14.
Yeah.
They could by 3 or 27. You know.
Yeah, a 1 or 2 touchdown game.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to conclude this segment. Braylen, is there anything else you want to say? Get off your chest?
Honestly, I think I'm good for now. Besides, you know, the fact that Derrick Henry, best running back in the league. There you go. That's all I need to know.
I think he's the best power back in the league, yes.
All right. Well, Braylen, I appreciate you coming on. You've been a fan since day one, and thank you for coming and sharing your knowledge. I know we give you shit about being a Packer fan, even though we really shouldn't, because the Packers are always good.
And we like Aaron Rodgers.
And we love Aaron Rodgers. He's the man. So thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for being a big supporter. And we'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.